Some of you are falling way short of our established standards. Let's be clear, our reputation is everything. Being boastful, indiscreet, and vulgar is not okay. It will have serious consequences for your career.
That was Colin Fan, the co-head of Deutsche Bank's investment bank, speaking in an internal video and taking the unusual step of warning traders about their conduct online. Well, Andrew Hill, our management editor, joins me now to talk about it. Andrew, you're a fan, aren't you, of Mr. Fan? What do you make of this sort of direct style of management?
Yeah, I'm part of the fan club because I actually think that his approach, first of all, is pretty straightforward. It's a short video, as we've seen, which has a very direct message. I think that's great, and the message is a good one. He's inviting people to stop being boastful, indiscreet, to avoid being vulgar, and those all seem to be things that, in their earliest, in their exaggerated form, have dangers for banks and for others.
But by warning bankers to stop being indiscreet, stop being vulgar, won't he sort of sap all of the energy out of the trading room by really sort of preventing bankers from behaving like, well, bankers?
Well, I think everything in moderation. Let's face it, there's always going to be some element of that in any workplace, particularly one working under high levels of stress. He's got a particular issue with trying to prevent people showing those traits in email, which of course can come back to haunt anybody who is later found to have committed a fraud or covered something up. So it's the email trail that I think he's most worried about. But my view is, if you allow those types of traits to get out of control, you are actually putting yourself in danger.
Now, Deutsche Bank has been trying to convince its investors and the general public that it's going through a cultural change. Do you think that this video goes some way to sort of doing that?
Well, like a lot of investment banks, they are looking at ways to restore a culture that possibly was lost before and during the crisis. So the video is a step in that way. It does have that air as though he's admonishing the traders for something that has actually happened, something that has triggered off this particular outburst of loss of patience and so on. But I think it's a step, part of what Deutsche and other banks are doing to try and get the culture back in order.
And should getting the culture back in order only apply to bankers? Should being a part of the fan club apply to other professions as well, do you think?
Yeah, I'd say all professions could join this fan club and get something from this video. But obviously the banks are in the limelight. They're also the heaviest regulated, so they've got people poring over their emails and looking at their behaviour. And they're the ones who suffered the most humiliating catastrophes during the crisis. But I think every profession could learn a little bit from Mr. Fan.
Okay, Andrew, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much indeed.